Hello friends, my name is Dave. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on this fragrance hobby. It's always good to have you here. Really appreciate it. Now, you've seen this bottle before in my channel. What happened was, I did a first impression. The audio was so low and so terrible. And also, right away, I thought it's so similar to Layton that I kind of did not give this one its own stage. Later on, I did a side-by-side comparison to Layton, where I kind of diminished this because any fragrance comparing to Layton, one of my very favorite of all time, is going to be diminished. So this one did not get a fair shake. So I started putting this on just for, for personal wearing. I will usually save a spot on my arm so I could wear fragrance for longer periods of time. Due to, doing the reviews, and also I have a lot of fragrance that I enjoy, I like to use, but I'll save a spot just for testing, longer term testing purposes. And I wore this on the cozy night, and I really enjoyed this one. And I actually forgot the comparison between Layton. Now I actually think it smells so close to Layton again. During the side-by-side, I kind of figured out there's a difference. But then now I haven't worn Layton for a while. I absolutely forgot about it and think that this one is so close to Layton again. It does have a very strong resemblance to Layton. And in itself, it's such a great fragrance. So today I'm going to do a full-fledged review on this one, just to give it its own stage, just to give it its due, because it's really good. Lalique produced another great, awesome scent for a very reasonable price. So, today, you can see back there, Layton is there looking. So, hey buddy, stay out of this one. This is Lalique stage, okay? Lalique White and Black will be the star of today's little quick review. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a spray and talk you through it as I smell it. Now, forget about comparison, forget about what side by side, anything like that. Forget about Layton, okay? We will not even bring that name up anymore because Lalique White in Black is the star today. What we're gonna get is right away straightforward. On top, you're gonna get the freshness of the bergamot and grapefruit and some olibanum, but right away the cardamom is rushing in there. It's just like, hey, I'm a star here, and it is a star. But then it's added with the pepper, the pink pepper, so there's a spiciness to it. There's the almond resin to give it its darkness. But then there's a freshness of the lavender. Usually the top note will stick around a little bit before the middle notes come out. But then right away the cardamom, the lavender, the pink pepper, and the almond, those middle notes are jumping up to the front already. And to play together with bergamot and olibanum and grapefruit. So all of them is playing there together. They're just having a lot of fun, and it's great. The dichotomy of the freshness versus the spiciness, and also there's a darkness. Now the vanilla is gonna come in pretty quickly at the dry down, but then right now I can smell vanilla already. The ambroxan, the fresh cedar is an extra of a cedar, so it's more lighter woody. And then the patchouli of the sweetness of the patchouli is coming in. There's just a lot of components going on. There's a lot of things going on in this fragrance. There's Tolu Balsam. So you can see all this mixture of the fresh, the dark, the peppery, the citrusy, the smooth vanilla, the sweet vanilla as well. All this playing together, adding the ambroxan, the mixture is so pleasant. It's beautiful. It's very alluring. It's awesome. I mean, the first spray right away, the top right away, the few seconds, it captures me right away. And I wore this throughout the day. The longevity is pretty good. You're looking at 5 to 6 hours. My skin is really dry, so take that into account. It eats up fragrance. But for me not to give this one its own stage, it's due for how great it is. It's a travesty. So I thought I have to give this one a full-fledged review, even though it's a short review, but then just have to tell you how great it is if I'm not comparing to anything else. So it's one of those things I was thinking, like if you have kids, right? Or if you have a pet, and then first is your first kid, first pet, you really love them so much, and you really appreciate everything about them. Then when you have a second kid or second pet, then you start to kind of see the differences, and then without trying to, you kind of compare them. And when you think one is better than the other, you kind of diminish the other one, right? It's a human nature. So why can't you be as good as your brother? Why can't you be as good as the other, Labrador Retriever, right? Look at how what obedient it is, right? The Labrador, you do exactly what you wanted to do. It's so cuddly. Why can't you be like that? So when you do that, you kind of diminish the other one and not appreciate it anymore for what it is. So that's exactly what happened to me starting from the first video, first impression. I love this one. I just put it down just because it has similarity to Layton. And then the side-by-side comparison just push it down even more. So yeah, now you have your own spot, white and black. And if I forgot to mention, there's a little chalk you could write on this. Some people say it's gimmicky. Yeah, it's gimmicky, but I love it. I love gimmicks. I love when people or companies, they do something new, something different, something a little bit unique. Some would say it's whatever it is you want to call it in a negative term, but I enjoy it. I'm sure everybody's gonna feel differently, but then make up your own mind. If you like this type of new stuff, or when people or company, they're trying to bring you something different, up to you. But I really enjoy it. I look forward to when brands do something different, even though some might not like it. But I never use it. I just draw a little bit, and I'm not ever gonna go back to it. Maybe if I'm bored, or just grab it and start scribbling away. But with that said, this is a quick review of this one. But then as far as versatility, yeah, wear anywhere. For teenager, this is gonna smell so good. Up to 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old, there's enough darkness in this. There's enough complexity. It's not so sweet that it's gonna be juvenile. No. This is complex. This is sophisticated. This is dark and yet fresh at the same time. It's not a straight cardamom. This not like Dolce & Gabbana, the one where it's just straight cardamom, the sweetness in there. This one brings you the extra component, the spiciness, and the unboxing in there helping all of this. It's playing so well, and an absolutely great composition. I love it. This is a 10 for 10 for what it is. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't give out 10 for 10 just like candies. Let's do a 9.5. But it's so great. Now I gotta say though, the dry down is a little bit more bland than the top and middle. Okay, the dry down, the peppery notes gonna disappear a little bit more. The cardamom still stick around and playing with the vanilla and some woodsy notes. But then the star of this fragrance is gonna be top and middle. All right, so keep that in mind. But nobody's perfect, so 9.5 is pretty good. And I'm not even gonna mention Layton, but if you think you like the scent of Layton, and then you like the scent of Layton, but you don't want to pay like $150 or $200 for Layton, this is perfect replacement. Perfect replacement. It is as close as you're gonna come to Layton. I'm not gonna mention Layton, but this is great by itself. So what else? Versatility I mentioned already. Longevity I mentioned already. It's very appealing. It's gonna attract people to you. People think you smell something different and unique and nice. Go for it. Just grab it. It's $30, $40. I think it's 40 something. Go grab it. It's totally worth it. If I could give 10 for 10, I'll give it 10 out of 10. All right. With that said, I hope that is helpful. I know I'm going too fast because this is the third time I'm reviewing this bottle, but every time I feel differently. Until this recently, I gave it its own wearing without thinking about Layton, without comparing to the other kid or the other pet. So this is just by yourself. Mr. Lily White and Black. You're awesome, and I love you. I fell in love with you. I love you even more than before. So you're great. I hope everybody get you or give you a chance and just just absorb you and just enjoy you for what you are. Great pickup. Awesome from the brand of lalique. Lalique does not disappoint. Absolutely does not disappoint. All right then. I hope this is helpful. Giving an idea what this smells like. Giving an idea how it come. No, okay. Don't mention layton. How great it is by itself. All right then. Thank you so much, guys. As always, please subscribe. What is it? Check or what is a thumbs up? And as always, thank you so much, and see you next time.